Okay, I just started recording. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but we here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, y'all niggas. I might want to shorten out on that. This is gonna be our first podcast episode. We'll name this anime later. Shout out to Joe Budden and them. Taking their name for a little bit. That should buy some time for us to come up with a real name. And there's a quick little rundown of what this anime is gonna be. Not this anime. This podcast is gonna be about. This anime. It's just gonna be straight about anime. About
This the first episode?
Yep, our first episode. We
Alright.
have on the line Veneer. That was the guy that just talked. He's the only one without his camera on. And the other guy on the line is Ari. He's Ari. If you could just say something so this thing pops up on you.
Something.
There we go. There's Ari right there. And we just a couple of guys who love anime. And we love watching it. And we all
Oh, my
20s.
Vaughn shit up. I'm not showing my face.
Oh shit! You know it's recorded, right? Never mind. But it's a bunch of guys who like watching anime. We watching this shit since we was in our single digit age, since teenagers, in our 20s, and probably to the day we die. Probably gonna have that shit on my deathbed. So without further ado, let me get into the first topic. Why I have this on my fucking head right now? I wanted to ask you guys, what are like 2 to 3 critiques? And depending on how you guys answer and how the conversation goes, I'll make this a running trend with other animes. But give me a rundown of like 2 to 3 critiques y'all have of Naruto. Your top 2 to 3. Let's start with Ari first.
It's a good question.
Yeah, just any like shit that was like, damn, Naruto could have been my top 3 if this, and that, and the next. Like your biggest critiques, the biggest things you complain about when you get around a group of friends, because you know everybody complains about Naruto about something.
They shouldn't have killed off Neji.
Mm.
They shouldn't have killed off Jiraiya.
Mm.
That's about all I could come up with. I can only come up with 2.
That's it?
Yeah.
I just want to say personally, I didn't give a shit when Neji died. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't give a shit when that nigga died.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care either.
When Jiraiya smoked, I was tight. I was tight. I was like, damn, they really smoked him. I thought somebody was gonna save him for sure.
You know what? I just came up with somebody else. Asuma Sensei. Shouldn't have that.
He's so trash. I forgot he died. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
No lie. I like that they killed Jiraiya off because besides
me too, in a way.
Yeah, besides Trevor, I ain't never run into anybody who didn't like Jiraiya. So when they killed them off and gave like people a reason, like, yo, who's this Pain guy? Like, yo, this the leader of the Akatsuki is like on some different type of timing or something. Like
greasy nigga.
With the Neji shit. Me personally, I think Neji should have died sooner. That nigga didn't do anything. Anything in Shippuden. I would have rather Neji died in the first Naruto when they was kids, when he was fighting against that spider guy.
I mean, he could have gotten some more character development if you think
so
about
when
it.
It was kids.
Yeah, and I'm a delve into that character development part. But since they didn't give him character development, I didn't understand.
Not much, at least.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they killed him. Like it did nothing. They should have killed Sakura. Like what are you killing off a character that we ain't see for like a couple hundred episodes? I don't.
Well, the last time Neji fought in Shippuden was when he fought the clones of himself.
Yeah, in the first arc.
Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, he died? Oh well.
Yeah, but with the Asuma, I like that they killed Asuma too. I feel like they had to have a major character die. And I don't know if it was y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a filler arc when they had the the whole temple guys, the guardians of the something something.
Yeah.
And they had that arc right before they fought Hidan and Kazuku. I like how they had that arc right before, and they showed us Asuma's background, and then they showed us like how he got strong and some people that he knew in the past and shit like that, and then they killed him. I like how they killed him like that. They actually killed him in a way. If they was gonna kill Neji, they should have killed him. Build him up, let us get attached to him, and then then you kill him. So I like Neji and Jiraiya, but
Alright, so it's my turn for the criticism.
Yeah, you can give it 2 to 3.
Alright. So first, I don't like how Naruto talked to Nagato to beat him. We basically talked to the nigga and said, "Please don't smoke the village," and then he was like, "All right." And I don't like that. Talk no jutsu, yeah. I don't like that. Second, I don't like how they killed off Madara to put up Kaguya. That was trash. Madara was a beast. We've been waiting for that nigga to show up. When he showed up, he started bodying niggas, and they took him out just to put Kaguya. That was trash to me. And third, I feel like more niggas should have died in the war. I feel like more people should have died, especially when Madara dropped the meteor on their head.
Yeah.
When the second one came down and that shit crashed down, I thought somebody was gonna die. I didn't understand how people didn't die.
Oh man.
But yeah, those are my 3, just off the top.
I agree completely with everything you just said. Those are all critiques I had. Yeah, especially when Madara came and how they introduced him as this crazy motherfucker. I don't understand how out of everybody, Neji's the only one that dies. Like, did niggas draw straws and he was the only that shit was crazy.
Bro, when Madara came up and he was fighting the whole village at once and he was bodying niggas, I was like, oh my God. Nah, it's really over.
Yeah, I felt the same way. What about you, Eric?
I guess I can see where he comes from, where he's saying how he expected more people to die from that meteor, but at the same time you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it a little bit more.
What you mean?
Yeah, what you mean?
Like all these characters are pretty much they hold some type of
Why is he laughing?
I don't know.
Why is he laughing at Eric like that?
Oh shit! I gotta loosen up. I gotta loosen up.
What is it?
Keep going. I just have to loosen up.
No. What's up?
Nah, just putting myself in the mind state of a podcast. It was just I just started thinking like, yo, I'm really doing this. But keep going.
But yeah, basically what I was saying is you gotta put yourself in. You just threw me off, to be honest. I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying.
I had to put you in a genjutsu. So let me phrase it like. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying all the people around in that like part in time, they all had some like meaning to the story. So they're not gonna kill off people that hold meaning to the story.
I mean, let's be real, but there was very few, besides like Shikamaru and like Hinata, who else really held importance to the story? Like based off like those side niggas.
I mean, Killer Bee.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the main academy niggas.
I mean, Yeah, you got me there with Rock Lee.
They violate. Yeah, another
I'm about to say,
criticism
you
too.
about, you about,
They
about
violated my
to
son
go.
Rock Lee. They
Yep.
violated my son. But yeah,
I'm about
Tristan,
to
you
say,
can go
about to
ahead.
kill that nigga too.
at that point, might as well. That's at that point.
Yeah, so my my criticism where
What are you doing? Yo, what is yo?
So my top 3 criticism, because let me start by saying this. I love Naruto. Naruto was like one of the most memorable shows I watched on Toonami. Like I love that show. Love that show, love that show, love that show. It's in my top 5 and it's gonna remain in my top 5 forever. But I say that to say it has some serious critiques that I could have made it like top 3 of all time. The first is after the first Naruto, they just dashed away with like all the academy members, like with all the development, and I just don't understand why. Like, how do you set up Rock Lee as one of the strongest characters in the show? You give him one of the most epic fights in the first Naruto, like literally, not even just like epic by my opinion wise, like by the fans. When he was fighting Gara, that was like one of the craziest fights of the show. And that was like one of the closest Dragon Ball Z-esque fights in the show at that time. And you give him all this shit just to not use him at all. You give Neji like this whole Piccolo aura, like he's supposed to be like a off-brand Sasuke, and you don't use him either. Like besides Shikamaru, they ain't really use nobody from the Shikamaru and Sakura. They ain't really use nobody from the academy. Like I was thinking they was gonna have Shino. They left Shino when they went to go save Sasuke. I was thinking, okay, they had Shino fight Kankuro. Like Shino seems strong. We was gonna see something from Shino. We ain't see nothing from Shino. Like all those characters, I just don't understand why. And that's my first critique. It's the character that's like the character development. My second is the excessive fillers. Like like I know fillers are useful a lot of the times, but this shit I just don't understand. Like I I just don't understand. Like Naruto was pumping out fillers when the manga ended. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. That shit made no sense to me. The Naruto Shippuden anime was like 500 episodes, and they came out with like 50 episodes of filler after the fucking anime ended. Like what the fuck? Almost half of the first Naruto was filler. Like what the fuck? I think it was like last time I checked, it was like 40%. It was just like literally after the Naruto versus Sasuke fight in the first Naruto, it's literally like 100 episodes of filler. It's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And most of them shits don't even have anything to do with each other. Like none of them. Most of it is like just like 1-2 episode arcs. And they never mention it again. I will give Naruto some credit in this department though with the filler. And Shippuden towards the end, they started doing fillers that like actually matter to the story. Like they did that filler arc when they showed the tuning exams when Naruto left. And they was doing fillers for like the Sage of Six Paths and his brother and shit like that. And they did the filler with the Six Tails with that slug nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them credit for that. And the Asuma shit, I'll give them credit for that, but it's just like it was too much. And my third one was like Veneer. That pain arc to me was probably the best arc in Shippuden, and probably one of my favorite arcs in anime history. But that talk no, I know Ari, I know you would have attack it. That talk no jutsu shit, bro. Like I don't know. Like granted, I've never been to the Middle East. I never talked to these Al Qaeda niggas but I don't see how you're gonna talk to a terrorist who's been a terrorist for years, and convince him to do a complete 180 on his morals in a 5-minute combo. I just don't see that. I just don't see that. And that shit just epic arc, and that shit just ended just lukewarm to me because I didn't understand that.
You see,
Okay.
what Naruto does is he hooks these niggas on drugs. Okay, I know it sounds funny, but take into consideration when he talked down Obito. They weren't in space. They were not in space. That was something else. That was like LSD or something. And let me touch base on that pain arc. You know, there was a lot of bad things about that pain arc. Animation, pretty bad. Quality, yeah. I mean, like story quality, it was pretty good, but I mean, Kakashi died, and he came back because of pain.
Yeah. I'll say this. I don't think they should have killed Kakashi in that arc. And if they was going to, they should have stuck to it.
Yep.
I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that they was gonna keep him dead, and then the fans had like a mad backlash, and Kishimoto brought him back. I don't understand how much pain you want the fans to feel. We just lost Jiraiya, and in the same arc we're gonna lose Kakashi. That's some Attack on Titan shit.
That would have made that shit goated.
You see, that's kind of.
But there wouldn't have been no closure between Kakashi and Obito.
Yeah. You can't have Obito and kill. I was just about to say that you can't have You can't kill off Kakashi to pain without him even meeting Obito.
Right.
But
go ahead.
That's kind of like what they did with what do you call it? Dragon Ball Z. Because Gohan was supposed to be the main character. Like we were supposed to have Gohan be, like the upbringing for that whole saga.
I heard that.
Yeah, and the fans they didn't want Gohan. They wanted Goku. But now if you look at how the I guess you could say the community of Dragon Ball is now, they're just salty as hell because they want Vegeta now, but there's no turning back. At least that's how it looks, because Goku's still pulling his own weight.
I think these creators, these manga writers, once they know, they already know, and know from the fans that which characters are like the fan favorites. Like that nigga Oda knows that he can't kill off Zoro. He knows that Zoro is the second most popular character. He knows there's no character in One Piece that comes close to Zoro besides the main character. I mean,
there's Sanji too.
Yeah, but
Sanji's not as popular as Zoro.
Popularity? No, I'm not talking about strength. I'm talking about popularity.
Yeah, Sanji or Brook.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Sanji or Brook?
Hell no. My man said, Brook? Are you? No.
Niggas love that Soul King.
You probably
What?
I don't like him. I don't like him, but I just from looking at the community, they mainly bring up the Soul King, they bring up Zoro, and they bring up Sanji. Sanji more than Soul King.
But Zoro, I could believe Sanji and Brook has their fan base, but out of every character in One Piece, the only one that's fucking with Zoro is Luffy. Like Zoro, like the way Oda writes Zoro, you can tell that was intended too. Like especially, and I'll even say this in the community for One Piece, niggas have been ragging on Sanji a lot since the time skip, like ragging on him, saying that even not, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the manga, they're still ragging on this nigga because some shit happened. When Jinbei first joined the crew in the manga, I think that happened like probably almost half a year ago. You know what they were saying when Jinbei joined the crew?
What?
Oh, I guess Sanji's out the monster trio. Sanji's out the monster trio. I don't know what Oda wants me to do. He wants me to not like Sanji or something. He's out the monster trio. That's what they was all saying.
Damn.
The way, like, think about it like this: the way they had Sanji since the time skip and Zoro, like, just look how he compared them. In the first arc, when they went to Fishman Island, they had Zoro beat Hody underwater. All for it. They ain't really have Sanji do anything significant that arc.
I mean, yeah, but like once it got to when they was getting married, and then he got the suit, then he started wilding.
Yeah, that's like 5 arcs in though in the time skip.
That's true.
Which
but
is
Sanji had his shit here and there though.
Sanji is always.
Now, I'm about to say, don't get me wrong. I love Sanji. Like, I love Sanji, but the community haven't been liking his performance, like at all, Because
what about Usopp? That's another one.
I think
people are Usopp fans.
Yeah, as bad of a fighter he is. Like everybody loves his character, you know, like of just being, I guess, true to himself or some shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of Usopp fans, Vinny. Like Usopp, like his fan base took like a big turn after the Dressrosa arc. Cause remember, a lot of niggas are saying
because when he was the god Usopp and all that.
Yeah, a lot of niggas say he was the MVP of that arc. I say he was the MVP of that arc.
What did he do? I know he like sniped some. He like
he
took a sniper shot. I forgot what he sniped.
He took out the most powerful, not the powerful, the most dangerous person on their crew.
Oh yeah, the girl that was turning them into animals and shit. Yeah.
And then that shit. To be real, that's one of my favorite scenes in One Piece. That nigga that he took her out the first time and freed all the gladiators, and then he unlocked Haki to take her out the second time when she was about to turn Luffy and Law into the toys.
Mm.
And he did that while he was like beat up, and he was about to get beat up some more. And then the giant came, picked him up, and had the light shining on him. And I'm gonna have when I send this to Sally, I'm gonna have him put that scene, not the scene, but the picture. And the sun was shining on him, and then he's mumbling like, "Yo, I'm hurting, I'm in pain." And then, but everybody else mishears it as "I'll guide you," and, and then everybody started calling him God Usopp. That changed a lot of people's opinion because Usopp, according to Oda, he's supposed to be how like regular people like us would be if he was on the Straw Hat Pirates. Like you have all these monsters, and Usopp is supposed to be like the relatable one on the crew.
Mm.
A lot of people I think they got mad at him after that and what is it called? Enies Lobbies? When they was fighting the CPs.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't like how he responded to but to the ship leaving, to them having to dash away the ship. And a lot of people was getting tired with the whole coward shit. And then when that arc came on, the tide just shifted for him. But I see that all the time in the in the One Piece community. Niggas said Usopp was the MVP of Dressrosa. Aries saying that about Brook because a lot of people say Brook was the MVP of the Whole Cake Island arc. Like one of the most passed around pictures of One Piece right now is Brook standing in front of Big Mom about to fight her. And she has both her clouds. And no lie, that shit looks like a fire picture.
Is Law a part of the? Is he a part of the crew now, or is that just still a like an alliance?
As of right now, the Lions.
Law's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of people are putting Law up there.
What, like strength?
No, like popularity. It just popped into my head.
Yeah, I'll say that. But I think it's Luffy and Zoro though. Like one of the most epic scenes of the series is Zoro saying Zoro taking Luffy's pain.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
At the beginning, not at the beginning, but before the time skip.
Oh, I know. When he was bleeding and shit with his arms crossed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think after that, it was just set in stone that Zoro was the second in command, and he deserved it. And then after the time skip, Oda was just like, dick riding Zoro. I don't know if he was just trying to... Like, they had him beat the main villain. They had him fucking fight somebody in the second arc on Punk Hazard. And he didn't even use hockey. He just scared her, and she couldn't even fight. Terrified. The nigga cut a fucking stone mountain in half. Like, he didn't take no injuries until Wano. In any fight. That nigga Sanji, on the other hand, that nigga kicked Virgo and his bone broke. It is, and I fuck with Sanji too. It's just right now in the manga, some shit is happening.
Is it still in the war or arc? Like they still in the war?
Yeah.
This war is long.
Yeah. I'll say this. By the end of this arc, I think Sanji will get some more respect. By the end of this arc.
You think somebody gonna die in this war arc? Like on the Straw Hat crew?
No.
Not even Jinbei?
Nope. Nope. They made a whoa. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove the 40-minute limit. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Let us just move quickly to the next topic real quick. So this next shit is some shit I was thinking about as we was all talking. And just to keep the theme of us being negative and talk about what we don't like. What's some anime tropes that y'all hate?
Power of friendship.
Hate that shit.
You just read my mind. I was about to bring up Fairy Tail and the power of friendship.
Yo. When Fairy Tail introduced that fake ass Shanks, I was like, nah, let me turn this shit off.
Oh man. Actually,
it wasn't even Fairy Tail that started it. It was Rave Masters, I believe. That's his anime before Fairy Tail.
What's it called?
Rave Master.
I never heard of it.
And like he just continues to push that forward, even in his latest anime that's called, I think, Eden Zero.
That's Fairy Tale, right? That's a Fairy Tale sequel, or the
Nah, it doesn't have anything to do with Fairy Tale, but like if you look carefully, it's in the same universe because they like try to sneak in characters from Fairy Tale
oh,
and Rave Master.
okay, mm, okay. So both of y'all say the power of friendship.
Yep.
Yeah, but like anime like Jujutsu Kaisen and like Demon Slayer, they I read the manga for both of them and they stray away from that. So I like that shit. But in terms of other tropes, yeah, I got any? I gotta think.
Yeah, lolly.
Um,
Hate that shit. Lolly, I hate that shit. I think I hate that shit. I think that's one of the scorns of the anime community. I think that's one of the setbacks, the weights that setting us back that make us all look like weirdos and losers. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. That shit makes us look like pedophiles. I don't know what type of culture they got going on in Japan, but I want them to stop that lolly shit. I don't like seeing that. I love watching harems. I hate when I see Onisan, little sister. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that. I don't.
You gotta understand the age of consent over there is like 15. So that's
Those
they're rocking.
be looking like 5.
Yeah, you're not you're not making it any better.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. No. You gotta understand. I'm just saying that's why they put it in there. The age of consent over there is like 15. That's why they put it in there. But yeah, I understand that.
That's my
That shit is
biggest pet.
weird.
That's my biggest pet peeve. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. And I'm a nigga who loves watching harems. So I see lollies all the time, and I just never don't like it. I don't like it at all. They do different type of lollies. They'll do a lolly with a girl is like she's of age, but she just looks like a little girl. Why? I don't know. And they do lollies when a girl really is a little girl, and they make her part of the harem. I don't like that shit. That makes us look like weirdos. That just drags down the what's the word I'm looking for? The quality to me. Like, why is this little girl a part of this? Like, why is she tagging along? Like, why is she? And they be having that shit in like
Konosuba.
too.
Konosuba.
Konosuba. One of the reasons why I stopped watching Sword Art Online when they introduced that little with that AI system, the little girl.
Oh, you talking about their daughter?
Yeah, like I don't like that shit. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see no little kids or little girls and it's some weird ass fucking relationship. Sitting in his lap and shit like that and calling him Papa and that nigga not her dad. Like I don't want to see that.
That's their adopted child. What do you want from them?
Yeah, I don't like that shit at all. But that's my biggest pet peeve. But that's my biggest anime trope. I just hate like with a passion. Like if I had a gauntlet like Thanos, like Infinity Gauntlet, I could snap my finger. I'll snap away all the niggas who love lollies. All them away. If I had like an Infinity Gauntlet.
And then you'd be sitting thinking about life.
Oh, we have 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. I wanted to say this earlier, but I forgot. I think if Obito had a 5-minute combo, since we're just gonna be consistent with how Naruto villains be, they can be swayed in 5 minutes. If he would have had a 5-minute combo with Kevin Samuels earlier in life, I think that whole war could have been avoided.
Oh shit!
I think
They would have found a different way. They would have found another nigga and suckered him in.
That's the shit I didn't bring up either. That shit just never sat right with me. That nigga started a war over a girl. A girl that I don't.
He was traumatized.
About a girl.
Nigga was simping. Nigga was simping.
he was traumatized by the death, witnessing the death of someone he loved.
Oh my god.
Hey, go ahead. Well, go on.
So him being traumatized for seeing the death of a girl that he loved, that he knew for what, a year, that didn't even like him back, was justified enough for him to just start a war.
I'm not saying it was
Basically.
justified. I didn't say it was justified. You're saying it was justified. I'm saying that he was at his lowest and he was manipulated
Oh my god.
by God Uchiha. That's all I'm saying.
Can I add another criticism? I just thought of it.
What?
All these Naruto clones that end up going down the wrong path when you really think about it. Because Obito is like the Uchiha version of Naruto.
Yeah.
And then what Pain is like Naruto. He was like Naruto too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all remember
Tsunade.
Tsunade.
The blue-haired one.
Yeah. They had all these Naruto clones. That was kind of weird.
And Tsunade's little brother.
Right. So, I don't know. That was another thing too.
Actually, what time is it? 10:30. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to end this one and just start another one right after?
We could do that. Sure.
Let me just let me see. Stop